All right. So what I did was that the first thing I did was I went to my EWS. Then I selected the instance, and then I launched an instance. Right. So when you launch instance, it gives you all these options to put the name of your instance. So that's basically your virtual machine instance. And then I selected the image that I want to use. For me, I used the second one. They are both free, so it didn't really make any big of a difference. And then afterwards, I went down and then configured all these various, um, and I allowed it to be accessed from anywhere. Then I launched the instance. So once you launch the instance, you actually go to, you realize that all the instances that are available appear here. So mine is web server. This is the one that I'm using. So if I just select it, once you then you can select it like this. You can have all the other options of like just managing it, seeing the various details such as the IP address, the storage types, the storage buckets, etc. So one thing that needed to be done was to allow for security purposes, right? When you go down here, you find the different groups. So I went there because I'm going to be accepting SSHS, and then I'm also will be accepting HTTP requests and HTTPS requests. So when you go here, you have the option to edit inbound rules. So when you edit, the only one that will be there is SSH, but now I added the HTTPS and then the HTTP and allow those to be accessible from anywhere. Then I went to save it and I added this rule. Since I've done it, I'll just cancel and then I'll skip this. So when you go to your various instances, right, that are available, you can select the one that's running, and then you can now press on connect. And once you press on connect, you can now connect using the instance connect that is available. There are many ways of connecting to your instance, but for me, I chose this one because it was more convenient for me and it was more recommended. So what I did next after that is it pops up this command interface. So you only have probably just these coming up, telling you the image that you're using, etc. So the next thing for me was to activate the super user. So you sudo space su then space then dash like this, and then it allows me to be a super user for that virtual PC. Then once I'm in there, I did yum update dash y hyphen y, I mean, and then it updated the packages. Then I tried to install some of the needed packages, but because we're having an issue with installing some of these, you notice that it tells us the package is not available because in the Amazon Linux 2 AMI package for 2023, it does not have these, so you would have to install those different packages manually, right? So I'll just skip this because it was not really needed for this particular task that I was trying to do. So then what I did was I just installed the HTTPD that did not give me any problem. So once it was installed, it was now time for me to start the real work. So what I did was I checked the HTTPD status, and you can actually see that it's inactive at this point. We're going to activate it later on, but for now, I think we can work it with it being inactive like this. So when you keep going down, you'll notice that you have to create a folder that is called temp that we're going to be using. It's on that virtual PC, right? So I created it and then I navigated to it using CD, and then the next thing that was needed was I needed to have files that I'm going to use. But for me, because I did not have like pre-built files, I just decided to use some template. So I went to this site called Free CSS and I looked for a template, and then I on their download button I right clicked and then I copied the link address for that. That is what I brought here, and I used wget to download, and then I pasted the link, and then it downloaded all the needed files. So notice that in this there is hand dot the file that was downloaded was called hand time. So I unzipped it, and then I navigated to, okay, these are all the unzipped files, and then I navigated to this folder. You can see that I navigated to that folder that has been unzipped, and inside that folder I now moved all the files that were there. Wait, I now moved all the files that were in that particular folder to the this folder that's called var www.html, which will be more like the root. Whenever I get HTTP requests from anywhere, this will be the root folder that is redirected to. And once that is done, I just decided to enable my HTTPD. Then I started it. You can see that it started the Apache server here, right? uh, it's active and it's running. So once I did that, what I just did was that I had to go to my instance, right? So if you go to your instances, let me just go to this instance. If you go to this instance, right, you will notice that there's this IP address that is here. So when you do this, it now brings you the website that's showing up. I think for Chrome, because of cache issues, I think it's not looking pretty well. But hey, but if you actually come to, it was looking a little bit better here. Yeah, that was one approach that I used. So the second approach I used was that I used um, I used the S3 bucket. So with the S3 bucket, it's more like where is my S3 bucket? Okay, here's my S3 bucket. So I created a bucket in S3. Then when you go to that bucket, you just select the bucket. So I think this is my bucket, and in that bucket you just upload. You just go to create folder, upload your files. Then I uploaded all the different files that were there, and then after uploading, you notice that all you just need to do is to edit some, like maybe just select all of them. Once you select all of them, you then give them the action to okay, you go to make them public using ACL. And then once that is done, but ACL was not really available initially when you create the bucket, so you need to actually activate it. So the first thing that you do is you enable a static hosting. You go to this, and then you enable a static hosting, and then you can leave index.html here, and then you save it. Then after that, the next thing that you just need to do is go to management, right? Is it management? No, 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 it's not permissions. It was actually permissions. And then you go to, was it permissions? Okay, yeah, this one. And then you edit it, and then you disable this. Like this one will be initially selected, but then you disable it and then you save. Yeah, so once you do just those two, I think your okay, 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 yeah. Once you do those two things, your website should be able to be seen. So you can actually see that this is my other website that I created, which is also displaying. So I think that's pretty much what I did for this assignment. Thank you.